an 89X sports presentation.
The beginning of a new chapter in Lincoln College basketball.
Bromine puts it up and in, and it's good! Lakes win! Lakes win! Lakes win! Lakes just won the AII Conference Championship on a buzzer beater.
Lincoln College NAIA basketball action on 89X is brought to you by Grouse Chevrolet Buick in Lincoln. Your CBD store on Broadway, just off the square in Lincoln. The State Bank of Lincoln, now a division of Heartland Bank and Trust Company. The Abraham Lincoln Memorial Hospital Community Health Collaborative. The United Way of Logan County. And by Michelle Bauer, your country financial representative in Lincoln.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where the men's team is taking on Cardinal Stritch. We just got done with the women's game. The final from that one was 94-78. Lady Lynx taking a tough loss to fall to 0-4 on the season, but this Lynx men's team just trying to get back on the right track, coming in this game 2-4, going against a Cardinal Stritch team looking for their first win of the season. They are 0-5. Adam Hoffman here alongside me, as always, is Spencer Davis. Spencer, tough loss last time to St. Xavier for this Lynx men's team, 73-60. And a game we really should have won.
Yeah, I mean, coming off of a huge win against Bethel, I think some of that has to be attributed, that loss has to be attributed to a little bit of fatigue. 2 games in a row within 24 hours is a tough turnaround, especially in terms of preparation.
Yeah, we just didn't really look like ourselves. We had Andre Williams make his Lynx debut, but only 6 assists, I should say, as a team for the Lynx in that last game compared to 15 turnovers and 53% from the free throw line, 34 from the field. I mean, just all of those numbers need to improve here in this game, Spencer.
Yeah, and I think when you're trying to look for scoring, Adam, is when 2 of your leading guys, Elijah Donnelly and Pee Wee Brown, when they combine for 9 for 33 from the field, that has to improve.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. I mean, Pee Wee led us with 13 and Donnelly with 12, but like you said, not a very efficient shooting game for either of those guys. So, I mean, we just got to get back in the right direction here against this Cardinal Stritch team who's really struggling to start the year.
Yeah, and they lost to a common opponent that we both have, St. Francis, 62-73 right here in Milwaukee. And Stefan Popovich, he led their team with 12 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Isaac Hill contributed 10. So it'll be interesting. There's not a huge main guy to focus on with these Wolves. So it'll be interesting to see how the Lynx defend this balanced attack.
Yeah, game about to start here. They're going to do the starting lineup. No national anthem for this one. So we're going to say right here, we're going to start with the starting lineup for ourselves. And Spencer, I mean, why don't you tell us about Cardinal Stritch here first?
Starting for the Cardinal Stritch Wolves, we have number 5, Isaac Hill. Number 10, Chris Winters. 23, Stefan Popovich. Number 30, Ori Hilmarson. And 34, Tevin Dillon.
And then, I mean, really, it's Popovich for Cardinal Stritch. We really need to shut him down. I mean, pretty balanced team, but like I said, they're struggling to get in the win column. Hopefully, we can pounce on them early. How about for the Lynx?
Lynx are starting with something new. We haven't seen this combination together. This is Pee Wee Brown, DeAndre Freeman, Connor Fuller, Nick Cohorst, and Dejan Barney.
Yeah, definitely a different lineup here for Coach Lev. It's shocking, really. I mean, we had pretty much the set lineup for every game that we played. Maybe Dejan kind of started a couple games and sat on the bench, but really he and Connor Fuller are really the only other guys that were bouncing in and out of the lineup. But, I mean, with Cohorst now and we're starting Dejan at center, I mean, what do you think this does for us?
I think this offers a little bit more transition defense. I think it also gives that second unit a big scoring boost with a guy like Elijah Donnelly and Andre Williams coming off the bench along with Tyler Clark.
Yeah, I mean, it's really kind of a win-win because our starting backcourt with Pee Wee and DeAndre Freeman is a great backcourt, and then the backcourt coming off the bench could be arguably better than the starting backcourt. So I think it's really it's such a good dynamic from first and second unit, and then even with the big man Tyler Clark coming off the bench in this game as well.
I think Coach Lepp is trying to limit the time that Pee Wee Brown and Elijah Donnelly share the floor together, because as we talked about on the stat sheet, if you have 2 guys taking 33 shots, you don't want them on the floor at the same time.
Yeah, and we definitely had trouble, like you said, scoring the basketball in that in that game. But it really comes down to we didn't share the ball very well, and we didn't shoot very well from the field. But what do you think we need to do today that was really non-existent in that first game, or game against St. Xavier today?
They have to share the basketball. 6 assists as a college basketball team for the game is unacceptable. It doesn't matter really whatever level you're at. 6 assists is way too low. It needs to improve. They need to improve their energy, their body language. It kind of got not what you want to see. So I would look to improve that today.
Yeah, it definitely, we have a lot to improve on that last game. We did pick up that huge win against Bethel, but I mean, following up with a tough loss to St. Xavier, who I think it definitely was a very winnable game for us, in a game that we should have won, but it was very deflating coming out of that St. Xavier game.
It'll be interesting to see how these men's teams, the Lincoln men's team, reacts to wearing these masks all game. As we saw the women's team, it didn't seem like too much of an issue. Sometimes it fell below the chin, but they just moved it during a dead ball.
Yeah, you see that pretty much it slide down against their chin pretty much every single time they came in. It's Barney and Winters there at the tip, and Barney wins that rather easily. So it'll be Pee Wee Brown opening up here for the Lynx. Freeman now over to Connor Fuller in the corner. Now up to Cohorse. Cohorse over to Barney on the wing. Pee Wee Brown in the corner. Brown's going to dribble it out, going to give it up to Freeman. Freeman's going to set things up here for the Lynx. Into Cohorse in the corner, looking for Freeman to give it to him. Now over to Fuller in the corner. And Freeman just trying to get a shot up. He passed it over to John Barney for 3. No good. Rebounded there by DeAndre Freeman. And then a good look inside to Fuller. He got his shot blocked away by Winters. But Lynx retained possession. Now here's Freeman looking for someone in the corner. It's Fuller for 3. No good. Rebounded there by Chris Winters.
Good possession there from the Lynx. Couple offensive rebounds, and everyone touched the ball. Those threes will fall eventually.
Now here's Stephen Popovich on the other end here for Cardinal Stritch. Tightly guarded there by Connor Fuller. Fuller hits the ball and saves it, and they're going to say it went out of bounds, or else that would have been an easy layup or a dunk off of Dijon Barney. But good start here defensively for the Lynx as well.
Both guys do a great job. The Lynx in general, their defenses, they're built around the ability to take away those passing lanes, and they did a great job there. Also, a little tidbit, the head coach of Cardinal Stritch, he played for the Cleveland Cavaliers back in '91 with their summer league and preseason team.
Yeah, definitely. We played a couple guys like that. I remember Robert Morris had a guy that played in the NBA as well as their head coach. So a lot of familiar faces here in the Chicagoland Conference. So it'll be Winters taking the ball out here on the sideline. There's a little mix-up with the shot clock. They're going to set it at 16. That's going to be Popovich dribbling with Connor Fuller. Popovich goes to the basket. No good. Tipped out. And then eventually into the hands of the Lynx, and Dijon Barney up to Pee Wee Brown. Brown in transition. No good. And Dijon Barney with a tip. No good. And it's going to be set back up for the Lynx. They get an offensive rebound. DeAndre Freeman for 3 from the wing. Yes, to get him on the board.
DeAndre Freeman given a lot of space. He's kind of reveling in the fact of him hitting that 3. You always like to have an early shot go down.
He's kind of surprised at how open he was there on the wing, and he fired away. Good for the first points of the game. Here is Dillon now over to Popovich. Now inside over to Hill. Hill dribbling, guarded on DeAndre Freeman, and Freeman suffocating him. And basically almost a travel there. Give it up to Popovich. Popovich floater, well short. It's going to be rebounded there by Winters. Only one. The shot clock left. He gets it up and in for the basket.
Not much more you can do on defense. You stopped him. It was just a good shot there from Winters.
So now we got DeAndre Freeman pushing the pace here for the Lynx very quickly up floor after the made shot. So Pee Wee Brown in the wing. Over to Fuller in the corner. Now over to Dijon Barney in the other corner. He's going to give it up to Freeman to set things up here for the Lynx. Brown looking over. Finds Freeman. Freeman for 3. Well short. Tipped into the hands of Winter. That's going to be up here to Isaac Hill. Hill passed it up to Popovich. Popovich going to set things up here for the Wolves. Nearly taken away there by DeAndre Freeman, and eventually into the hands of Connor Fuller. It'll be DeAndre Freeman running in transition, and they're going to call Freeman for a charge in transition.
I think they got him on the lowering of the shoulder. Coach Lett and the bench don't agree, which I tend to agree with. But good take by Freeman. You got to be aggressive on that. Just you caused a little bit too much contact.
Yeah, definitely a ton of contact down there. Just going to say lowered in the shoulder there of DeAndre Freeman. So here is Popovich on the other end. Gets a screen from Winters. Pretty much going nowhere. Good defense there from Connor Fuller. Over to Devin Dillon in the corner. He goes up and under, blocked by Dijon Barney, and it goes out of bounds.
You know, out of the ideas that I have in my head that kind of bounce around, going up for a layup when Dijon Barney is guarding me is not very high on that list.
Yeah, he's definitely known for that. That just his defense and rim protection, he's almost mastered that chase down block, it seems, at this point. He gets at least one a game. But he's a very, very vertical player. He can definitely get off the ground quickly. So it'll be Hallermerson kicking it into Winters. Back over to Hallermerson. He's going to set things up. Back over to Popovich. Popovich trying to find Hallermerson. And it's going to be saved, but they're going to end up throwing it out of bounds. So Hallermerson does save the ball, but he does send it sailing out of bounds in the process. Great defense by the Lynx. As you might have heard, the buzzer went off there to signal a shot clock violation as well, but great defense being played. That's going to be a 1-2-2 zone here for Cardinal Stritch. The Lynx definitely need to get some shooting to go from the perimeter. Freeman out over to Fuller in the corner. Back over to Freeman. Over to Pee Wee Brown. Pee Wee Brown will take a three. No good. A rebounded there by Chris Winters once again. Here's Popovich pushing in transition. Popovich stop and pop over Barney. No good. Almost rebounded there by Winters, and he does end up with it. That's going to be Winters on Cohorse. Winters gave the bow to Cohorse and then flips that one in for the easy deuce. Thought they could have called a hook there on Winters. It looked like he really hooked around Cohorse to get that shot up. Big Fuller on the wing, back up to Cohorse. Now over to Pee Wee Brown. Brown over to Freeman, into Fuller in the corner. Lob it into Dijon Barney. Barney post hook is good. He's really been working on that post hook, and you can tell in practice because that one was smooth and collected. Yeah, definitely, very much more controlled doing that post hook now than he was in the first couple games. So it's Popovich on the other end now, guarded by Fuller. Fuller really not letting Popovich go anywhere. No, Fuller's just harassing him. He's in his back pocket right now. Hallermerson back over to Popovich, and they're going to get Popovich for the travel there. Good defense once again there for Connor Fuller. Yeah, he's a great defender, especially on the perimeter. He just runs guys off the baseline, gets them off the three-point line, and then they usually travel. That's an early 5-4 lead here for the Lynx. 15:30 left to play here in the first half. That's going to be Brown over to Freeman. Freeman looking for Barney. Barney gets kind of caught underneath, and it's going to be a foul on the play. I believe that's going to go on Hallermerson for reaching in. Or no, they're going to give that one to Chris Winters. Or no, they are going to give it to Hallermerson. It's going to be his first foul. You can tell Coach Lepp is really focused on ball movement here for the Lynx. Everyone is touching the ball on every possession, which is great to see. Especially falling in that zone, it's a perfect opportunity to get a lot of ball movement. No good there for Pee Wee Brown from the free throw line, and the follow-up from Fuller is also no good. It'll be Wolves basketball here. 15 minutes to play in the first half. Popovich now over to Isaac Hill. Hill looking to go on Freeman, kind of gets him on skates just a little bit. Lob it into Winters. Winters tough finish and gets it to go. Very physical play by the Wolves. Great outlet pass to Barney. Slammer! Barney on the other end off a made basket. Gets out in transition and throws that one down with a forward. That was sweet. Great outlet pass by DeAndre Freeman. Just seeing a full court pass to Barney, who just chucks it down. That's a great play there from the Lynx. It's now the Wolves on the other end. Hill over to Popovich. Popovich for three. Top of the key is good. Chris Winters with a great screen there. Winters is just a very wide dude. It's hard to get around him. I got Cohorse in the corner here. Back over to Fuller. Fuller going to take a three or a zone. Yes, from the wing. Make it 10-9 now. Lynx on top. 14 minutes left to play here in the first half. Popovich gives it over to Hill. Hill back up to Winters up top. Now over to Halverson. That's going to be Isaac Hill kind of dribbling underneath the basket. Gets Barney slipping just a little bit, and he finishes over Barney as well, going to the basket. Yeah, Barney tried to get that chase down block, kind of his signature, but Fuller was right there already. Kind of took his legs out, but both guys seem to be okay. It's kind of a defensive breakdown there from the Lynx, giving up an easy layup. 11-10 now. That's going to be Fuller on the wing once again for three. No good. It's going to hit the wire above the rim. That's going to be out of bounds. Lynx are doing a great job of spacing each other out. They have good spacing on the offensive end. They're moving the ball well. Elijah Donnelly and Blake Maris checking in here will be big. Yeah, and Harper as well for Cardinal Stritch, along with Philip Milosevic. who comes in for the first down, along with Tyler Clark as well, barely before the ball is inbounded. He's going to get Cohorse, so bigger lineup here for the Lynx.
And that's what we're talking about, this depth that Coach Lepp now has, is he can run almost a second starting lineup.
So it's going to be Halverson back up to Milosevic. Going to find Dillon on the inside, trying to back down Barney. Barney, good defense, good contest there. And then Tyler Clark has to end up saving it off the missed shot. It's going to be the Lynx other way. Over to Maris, cross-court pass. And it's no good, and rebounded there by the Wolves. Here is Popovich driving the other way, and he's going to call for a travel. And it's going to be Lincoln College basketball once again. Pakak checks in for Barney.
Tell you what, I thought DeAndre Freeman was going to throw a lob there to Barney, who was cutting in, but a little too much traffic, I guess, to really feel safe throwing that.
You really reacted to it like he's going to, but it was a cross-court pass over to Maris. So here is Freeman now. 12:57 left to play here in the first half. 11-10, Lynx trailing. That's going to be a lot of standing around, dribbling around here for the Lynx. A little confused. Going to give it back up to Freeman. Freeman going to set things up here for the Lynx. Going to get a screen now over to Maris in the corner. Over to Freeman. Tip pass over to Pakak. It's going to be taken away there by Dillon. Going to give it up to Popovich. Popovich going to dribble up the floor, setting things up here for the Wolves. Popovich looking for anybody. He gives it over to Harper. Harper now trying to take Donnelly. Donnelly some good defense. Going to back up to Popovich. Popovich hands it off to Halverson. He's going to take Maris himself. Blocked by Tyler Clark, and they're going to call a foul on the play.
Great contest by Clark. He just couldn't quite get there in time or avoid the body contact.
Yeah, that one looked pretty clean to me, but I mean, at the same time, there was a lot of contact.
Lincoln College basketball on WLNX and LCTV is brought to you by State Bank of Lincoln, now a division of Heartland Bank and Trust Company, sharing a commitment to the communities they serve. By combining their strengths, they'll be offered additional products, services, and locations while still providing you the community banking experience you expect. Their commitment to personal service continues. State Bank of Lincoln, a division of Heartland Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC.
First one from Halverson is no good. Second one off as well. Andre Williams checks in for the Lynx for DeAndre Freeman. Give him some first minutes of the ball game. It's going to be over to Maris on the wing, back up to Williams. Now over to Donnelly. Donnelly looking to shoot the three. And it's going to be Pakak taking the three from the top of the key. Yes! For the big man up top.
That's what you see. Good ball movement leads to good shots and oftentimes made shots.
We're seeing a completely different Lynx team to start this game, just moving the ball so well around the perimeter. Here is Popovich now. Popovich going one-on-one with Clark inside. No good. Rebounded there by Pakak. Going to give it up to Maris. Maris now running in transition. Donnelly going to take a pull-up three. Yes! Lynx hit again from long range.
Great little dish off from Maris. Kind of did the Archidiacono to Jenkins pass there from the Villanova championship.
Here's Popovich on the other end, guarded by Donnelly. Donnelly not letting Popovich go anywhere. Popovich now is going to be a foul on the play, and they're going to give it to Donnelly. It's a pretty, I'd say it's a pretty good contest there for Donnelly.
Yeah.
Maybe I just didn't see it.
Yeah, I would have liked to see that just be a no call, really. There's a lot of contact on defense, and if you're not going to let guys really try to go for the strip there, it's going to be a long day for both teams.
Yeah, Popovich was dribbling right into a double team as well, so, I mean, you got to let that one go. So it's going to be first one on Donnelly. We got Harper on the wing, guarded by Maris. Nice dump-off pass into Milosevic, and he gets off the pick and roll, he gets the bucket to go. So here is the Lynx coming back the other way. It's going to be Andre Williams setting it up, going to hand it off to Maris. Maris now over to Donnelly. Donnelly to Clark on the perimeter. Clark looking to give it up. Gives it over to Andre Williams in the corner. Back over to Maris, now over to Donnelly. Donnelly to Pakak in the corner. Dribbles out. It's going to be Donnelly trying to find Andre Williams underneath, and it's going to be taken away there from Dillon. Dillon now up on Hill. Hill slows it down. And it's going to be a foul here when they're trying to give the ball to Milosevic.
Yeah, Williams kind of shoulder checked him as he went in to try to get that steal there.
So a lot of high-paced basketball being played here for the first 10 minutes. Cohorse and Gardner check in for the first time for the Lynx, taking the place of Clark and Pakak. So kind of going smaller here, quicker. Winters off the inbound basket, stripped. It's going to say last touch by Winters.
Good hands there by the Lynx defense. And back to what you're talking about with kind of a fast-paced game, even when the Lynx are running their set offense, they'll run it down to about 10 seconds on the shot clock. The ball is snapping around the perimeter.
Yeah, this head, you got to have your head on a swivel on the defensive end. Merritt's going to take a pull-up three. No good. Going to be chased down there by Cohorst in the hands of Donnelly. Donnelly over to Andre Williams. Williams falls, kicks it over to Gardner in the corner. It's going to be a 2, so not a 3, but first shot from Gardner is good.
Williams kind of dribbled as he kind of fell down there and got that sweet pass to Gardner who knocks down the baseline jumper.
It was a great heads-up play there from the veteran guard. So here's Popovich now guarded by Donnelly, going to hand it off to Hill. Hill guarded by Andre Williams, not letting him go anywhere. It's going to be over in the corner to Harper. Harper trying to dribble through the double team, and it's going to be off to Milosevic. He goes to the basket. Gardner, good contest there. Back in the hands of Milosevic for an easy bucket, but he misses it. He blows it. That's going to be Lynx coming back the other way. Going to find Maris in transition now over to Andre Williams. Williams back over to Maris. Maris goes inside. Tries to swing it over to Gardner in the corner, but it's going to be tipped out of bounds from Milosevic.
Lynx are just super unselfish today. They're just moving the ball around phenomenally. They're not looking to shoot all of the time, which is something that a lot of the guys were looking to do first rather than passing first for a better shot.
They're really trying to spread that scoring out. Freeman checks back in. He's going to take place to Andre Williams now. That's going to be Donnelly. Wing three-pointer off the inbound, no good. And to be try to rebound there for Cohorst, but just out of bounds.
Cohorst has done a great job of at least getting his hand on the ball, tipping it towards his teammates, or just making it a little bit more difficult to pull in a rebound.
So V. Popovich setting things up for Cardinal Stritch. Started by Donnelly once again. A lot of commotion at the top of the key, looking for the screen, looking for Winters down the side. Doubling him now to Milosevic. He goes right around Gardner for the easy finish. Make it 18-15 now. Lynx still on top. Donnelly cross-court pass over to Freeman. Freeman looking for anybody about travels, but he does give it up over to Maris in the corner. Maris gets the defender in the air, decides to dribble it out. Now over to Freeman. Gardner in the corner. Back up to Maris. Maris for three now. In and out. About goes down there for a three. It is Maris. It's being rebounded there and controlled by Chris Winters. Now here's Hill on the other end for Cardinal Stritch. Hallerson looking for, they get it to Winters down below. Good pass there from Milosevic at the top of the key to find him. Lynx once again just pushing the ball ahead off a made shot like that. Not giving Cardinal Stritch any room to breathe after a made bucket. With Donnelly in the corner now. Donnelly finds Gardner at the top of the key. Gardner for three. Well short. Going to be out of bounds. Wolves basketball.
It's kind of a wry grin there from under the mask of Cam Gardner. He's frustrated. He knows he should have hit that. But I think next shot, I think he makes it.
Brown and Dijon Barney come back in for the Lynx, taking the place of Gardner and Donnelly. There's going to be Pee Wee Brown guarding Popovich now. It'll be Freeman on Hill. Hill takes a free throw line jumper, no good. Rebounded there by Dijon Barney. Barney gives it up to Maris. Maris now over to Freeman in the corner. Freeman trying to get inside and gets taken away there by Hallerson. That's going to be Popovich in transition. Pull-up jumper, no good. Rebounded there by Chris Winter. And he gets Barney in the air, and he gets the foul call. He'll go to the line for two.
Lincoln College Basketball on WLNX and LCTV is brought to you by the Abraham Lincoln Memorial Hospital Community Health Collaborative, who reminds you the benefits of quitting tobacco begins within 20 minutes. Whether it's smoking, vaping, or chewing tobacco, we know it's hard to quit. Let Abraham Lincoln Memorial Hospital help. Quitting tobacco can be one of the best things you can do for your health. Quitters always win. Call 217-605-5111 for more information.
That foul went on Barney. That's his first foul, fifth on the Lynx in the first half compared to Cardinal Stritch's one. 1 and 2 free throws goes for Chris Winters. Tie this game up at 18 with 7:30 left to play in the first half. Merritt has it now. I'm going to pick it back over to Freeman. He's going to set things up. 20 seconds on the shot clock now. Back over to Maris on the wing. Passed up the three, and now back over to Maris. Maris takes the three, no good. Be chased down by Barney.
I think he was looking to pass to Barney, but no.
Yeah, it was definitely well short. Now over to Pee Wee Brown from the wing, and he gets the three to go. So 21-18 now. Lynx reclaim the lead.
Lynx are really reliant the past 6 games on getting to the basket. It's different to see them have to put up this many threes, but it's great to see them knocking most of them down. Or it feels like most of them at least.
Hill comes off a pick now over to Dylan in the corner. Dylan no good from 3. It's going to be rebounded by Pee Wee Brown, and Brown going to run in transition for the Lynx. Going to give it off to Freeman. Freeman going to slow things down now over to Pee Wee Brown. Looking for someone in the corner. He didn't give it to him, and then cross-court pass trying to find Cohorst in the corner. That's going to be picked off by Hillermerson. In a transition, Hill gets that tough layup to go over Dijon Barney to make it 21-20 now. Lynx still on top. Just Freeman over to Barney, now over to Pee Wee Brown. Back over to Freeman up top. Going to give it off to Maris. Maris looking to try to find it inside to Barney. They do finally give it to him. Barney on the inside, no good. Good defense there from Trevin Dillon.
A naturally left-handed player going to their right on that post move is a tough play.
Yeah, definitely a suffocating defense on the inside as well. And Barney just has to pull up a tough shot. Hill trying to attack the basket, stops, turns around off a pivot foot, and gets that easy floater to go.
Winters and Cohorst are going to war down there in the post. It's quite entertaining.
That's going to be a lot of collision. Freeman comes off very shaken up. It's going to be Maris on the floater, no good. Rebounded there by Chris Winters. It's going to be Hilmerson giving it off to Popovich, and Popovich going to get called for a travel trying to gather.
You know, for as physical as this game has been, I'm a little surprised that the foul differential is 4 right now.
Yeah, and 5-1 as well. I mean, that's very good defense, and they're going to take a timeout. So we're going to take a timeout as well. You're listening to Lincoln College basketball right here on 89X.
Grau Chevrolet Buick in Lincoln is proud to be a sponsor this season of Lincoln College men's and women's basketball on 89X and on LCTV. Thanks to their generous support, you'll never miss a single broadcast this season as the Lynx compete in NAIA action. Grau Chevrolet Buick has served the Lincoln and surrounding area with new and used vehicles, along with a complete service department since 1953. Grau is open Monday through Friday between 8 and 7, and on Saturdays 8 to 3. Grau Chevrolet Buick in Lincoln at 1905 North Kickapoo.
State Bank of Lincoln is now a division of Heartland Bank and Trust Company, sharing a commitment to the communities that they serve. By combining their strengths, they'll be able to offer additional products, services, and locations, while still providing you the community banking experience that you expect. Their commitment to a personal service continues. State Bank of Lincoln, a division of Heartland Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC.
Out of timeout, it was a swing pass over to Fuller. Fuller hits down the knockdown 3 from the corner. So it's going to be Popovich here on the other end, guarded by Fuller once again. It's going to be Dillon going at attack, and he gets that tough finish to go, 24-24.
Absorbed contact on the left side of the basket and just kept gliding over to the right. Gets a nice reverse layup.
We're seeing a lot of good defense here, but just better offense as well. Tied at 24, 4:50 left to play here in the first half. Freeman has it now. Going to get it off to Pee Wee Brown. Brown had an open look. Going to give it now over to Freeman. Back over to Brown. Brown going to take a 3, no good. Rebounded there by Connor Fuller. Fuller just going to take that mid-range jumper he loves so much and connects.
Yeah, I would love that jump shot as much as he does if I made him all the time.
Yeah, he's so good just stopping and popping. And just for that mid-range jumper, it's kind of a lost art. There's Popovich now going to give it off to Chris Winters. Now over to Hillermerson. Back off to Isaac Hill for 3, and he gets it to go as well to reclaim the lead here for Cardinal Stritch.
That's a tough play for DeAndre Freeman. He's trying to go through a double screen there, and Winters is a big dude. He just could not quite get there in time to defend that 3.
Fuller now over to Freeman. Freeman going to set things up. Freeman goes into the lane, throws up a wild shot, and it goes in, though, to reclaim the lead.
That was the most awkward-looking shot I've seen from Freeman. He kind of went off his right foot and floated it in with his right hand.
It was definitely very awkward-looking. But 28-27, we reclaim the lead. Here is Hill on the wing. Going to give it off to Hilmerson. He comes off the screen for three, no good. Rebounded there by DeAndre Freeman up to Pee Wee Brown in transition. Brown goes to the basket all himself, no good. Almost rebounded there by Patak, but it's going to be Winters trying to throw it up floor to Isaac Hill, but it goes sailing out of bounds long. It'll be a turnover for the Wolves.
One adjustment that I would try to make is I would try to speed these Wolves up. They don't seem to play exceptionally well when they're trying to run in transition. They make a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, so it's going to be, we're going to go 4 guards, 1 big now with Cohorst. It is Donnelly coming back in for Patak. So we're going to kind of run a 4 out, 1 in. We're going to put Donnelly at the free throw line. It'll be over to Fuller in the corner, back over to Freeman.
Wolves in a 1-3-1 zone right now.
Yeah, good ball movement here from the Lynx that gets DeAndre Freeman a pretty open look, but he decides to pass it out to Cohorst in the corner. Going to give it back up to Freeman. Freeman going to have to get a shot up here, and he gets it to go as the shot clock expires.
If you want a guy shooting a mid-range jumper with very little time left on the shot clock, I want Freeman or Fuller taking that.
Yeah, so 30-27 now. Lynx get a tough shot to go. Lynx back in that man-to-man. That's going to be Hill coming off a screen once again. Gets way up in the air there. Scott kind of soaring through the air. Doesn't get the layup to go. Going to be kicked up to Brown in transition. Now over to Freeman up to Cohorst. Cohorst, nice ball fake. So it's going to be Freeman. Now over to Fuller in the corner. No good. Cohorst comes rushing in, trying to get that offensive rebound. And it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, even when Cohorst didn't get that offensive rebound, but he's still always hustling. And that's something like as a rebounder you have to have. You have to have that drive, that motor.
Williams comes back in for Freeman, along with Cal Case, who checks in for the first time in place of Connor Fuller. So first minutes here we're really seeing from Cal Case. He got in a little bit for this College of Pharmacy game, but that was well towards the end of that game.
Yeah, these are his first meaningful minutes here as a Lynx player. It'll be interesting to see how he does.
So it's going to be Harper on the wing, and then Dillon trying to back up Case, and does it get to go, and Case comes down with the rebound.
Chalk that one up as your first stat as a Lynx.
So Donnelly now over to Williams. They kick it over Pee Wee Brown. Case got the ball, just immediately gives it up. It's going to be Andre Williams now. Has it. Back over to Donnelly. Donnelly, good pass fake. No good. Rebounded there by Chris Winters.
The ball fakes that the Lynx are using are working wonders right now. They're opening up a lot of space. They just got to start hitting those open jump shots that they're getting off of them.
There's Popovich on the other end, guarded by Pee Wee Brown. They're going to try to run everybody off screen, trying to get Harper open. They give it to Winters in the post. Winters, turnaround jumper, no good. That's going to be rebounded by Kevin Dillon, and it's going to be a bucket and the foul here for Dillon.
Lincoln College basketball on WLNX and LCTV is brought to you by the United Way of Logan County, who asks you to join the United Way of Illinois Equity Challenge to gain a deeper understanding about the impact inequality has in our community. Because united, we can create a stronger community. Text 21-WEEK to 41444. Once again, text 21-WEEK to 41444.
Free throw no good there from Dillon. That's going to be Lynx coming back the other way. Tyler Clark checked in on that last possession for the Lynx. That's going to be Donnelly now on the wing. Going to give it up to Pee Wee Brown. Brown over to Case, back over to Brown. Brown gives it up to Case. Case has to go run it down. Under a minute now left to play here in the first half. Donnelly going to have to force up a shot here. Let the shot clock gets the floater to go.
Donnelly's got a great floater and demonstrates it right there.
It'll be Popovich here, going to be guarded by Pee Wee Brown. Pee Wee Brown wants to carry here on Popovich. They're not going to give it to him. Popovich now is going to try to run off screen. Going to give it to Milosevic. Back up to Hilmerson, and he gets the free to go to tie it at 32 here with 20 seconds left here in the first half, and it's going to be timeout on the play. Coach Luck's going to draw something up, so we're going to go to break as well. This is Lincoln College basketball right here on 89X.
CBD, cannabidiol, a compound found in industrial hemp plants, has been featured in news reports as offering many health benefits. Your CBD store, the largest hemp retailer in the U.S., is now celebrating its grand opening in Lincoln. Your CBD store is located at 520 Broadway, just off the square. Your CBD store offers SunMed and Sunflora CBD products, including oils, edibles, topicals, and more. And they have staff on site to answer any questions. Your CBD store is open Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 6, and Sunday and Monday, 12 to 4. Now offering curbside service. Your CBD store, just off the square on Broadway. Also find them on Facebook. Building relationships, supporting the community, and service. These are the things Country Financial stands for. More than just an office you pass by driving through town. Neighbors who lend a helping hand and support the fabric of our community. Contact your local Country Financial representative, Michelle Bauer, today at 211 South Main in Lincoln. Call 217-735-9705 to talk about the things that are important to you and how we can help you protect them.
Welcome back here to Milwaukee. I take a longer break there, but it was the final 16 seconds of this first half. And Lynx didn't really get a good shot off. They had a lot of ball movement there, but ended up Cal Case had to heave up a three there at the buzzer.
Yeah, it didn't quite fall for him. Would have been his first points, but you know, it was a good look. The Lynx are doing a great job of moving the ball in this half. That's something that they can really take into the next half and keep doing that, and this game will fall in their favor.
Yeah, Lynx being very aggressive on both ends of the floor. 32-32. I mean, you got to be happy with our defensive effort there in the first.
Yeah, they're doing a great job of running three-point shooters off the three-point line for the most part. So I would look to improve that a little bit. Don't let Hilmarson keep shooting threes. The guy's a 50% three-point shooter, and you don't want him taking the shot.
Yeah, definitely with Hill coming off those screens as well. I mean, maybe go under some screens to try to prevent that. And you got to keep him out of their strong suit. So don't make Hilmarson shoot threes. I mean, make him go to the basket, and then for Hill, make him shoot threes.
Exactly. Don't let Hill get to the basket, and don't let Hilmarson spot up.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a tough task here for the Lynx in the second half. We'll be back in about 10 minutes or so with some stats. Don't go anywhere. This is Lincoln College basketball right here on 89X.
They rock out. You guys rock. Play my kind of music.
Yeah. 89X.
Now is the time for change. Now is the time to learn with and from each other. Now is the time to take action. Join your neighbors for the United Way of Illinois Equity Challenge to gain a deeper understanding about the impact inequality has on our community. Because united, we can create a stronger community. We accepted the challenge. Will you? Text 21-WEEK to 41444 to learn more.
Benefits of quitting tobacco begin within 20 minutes. Within 24 hours, your chance of a heart attack decreases. Whether it is smoking, vaping, or chewing tobacco, we know it is hard to quit. Let Abraham Lincoln Memorial Hospital help. We are offering free one-on-one sessions with our on-site specialists to help you quit tobacco products. Yes, quitting tobacco can be a challenge, but it's one of the best things you can do for your health. Quitters always win, and you can too. Call 217-605-5111 for more information.
Grau Chevrolet Buick in Lincoln is proud to be a sponsor this season of Lincoln College men's and women's basketball on 89X and on LCTV. Thanks to their generous support, you'll never miss a single broadcast this season as the Lynx compete in NAIA action. Grau Chevrolet Buick has served the Lincoln and surrounding area with new and used vehicles, along with a complete service department since 1953. Grau is open Monday through Friday between 8 and 7 and on Saturdays 8 to 3. Grau Chevrolet Buick in Lincoln at 1905 North Kickapoo.
The National Association of Intercollegiate Athletics is the governing body of small college athletics. The NAIA prides itself on character-driven intercollegiate athletics as it instills its 5 core values of integrity, respect, responsibility, sportsmanship, and servant leadership in all of its student athletes. For more information, log on to naia.org.
How do you have a breakthrough in randomness? I'm Dr. Lynn Pascarella, President of the Association of American Colleges and Universities. And today on the Academic Minute, David Zuckerman, professor in the Department of Computer Science at the University of Texas at Austin, details randomness and how algorithms and computers can make sense of it.
Randomness is amazingly useful in many areas. For example, the gold standard for medical research involves randomized controlled trials. My research focuses on randomness computing and algorithms, which are like recipes for computing something. Many randomized algorithms are faster than algorithms that don't use randomness. Scientists use random numbers to simulate complex systems such as the climate. Computer security is impossible without random numbers. On the other hand, generating random numbers seems difficult for a computer. This is because a computer appears the opposite of random, executing one instruction after the other in a predetermined way. For that reason, computers use ad hoc sources of randomness, such as timing intervals between keystrokes. However, such ad hoc random sources are really only a little bit random. It is therefore essential to improve the quality of the random source. Unfortunately, this is impossible with just one general low-quality random source. Recently, my former PhD student Ishan Chattopadhyay and I solved a long-standing open problem by introducing an algorithm that combines two low-quality random sources to create one high-quality random source. Previous attempts needed at least one of the two input sources to be of moderately high quality. Our algorithm, called a two-source extractor, allows us to produce high-quality randomness starting with exponentially lower-quality random numbers than known previously. Theoreticians consider our two-source extractor a breakthrough. It also gives a major improvement to an important mathematical problem in a field called Ramsey theory, which seeks to find structure even in random-looking objects. It will take time before our extractor is made practical, but already several researchers have built and improved on our ideas.
That was David Zuckerman of the University of Texas at Austin. You can find this, other segments, and more information about the professors at academicminute.org.
Production support for the Academic Minute comes from AAC and U, advancing liberal learning and research for the public good.
State Bank of Lincoln is now a division of Heartland Bank and Trust Company, sharing a commitment to the communities that they serve. By combining their strengths, they'll be able to offer additional products, services, and locations, while still providing you the community banking experience that you expect. Their commitment to a personal service continues. State Bank of Lincoln, a division of Heartland Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC.
Replacing plastic tableware. I'm Randy Simon, and this is Earthwise, a look at our changing environment. Plastics have been described as the ubiquitous workhorse material of the modern economy, but their versatility, pliability, and durability comes at a heavy price to the environment. Plastic pollution is quite literally everywhere. Plastic debris and microplastic particles can be found in every corner of the globe, including the Arctic and Antarctic. The scourge of plastic pollution is driving scientists to create ecologically friendly alternatives. According to a paper recently published in the journal Matter, scientists have developed green tableware made from sugarcane and bamboo that doesn't sacrifice on convenience or functionality. This eco-friendly tableware could serve as a permanent replacement for plastic cups and other disposable plastic containers. Traditional plastic polymers, a product of petroleum, can take as long as 1,000 years to decompose in landfills. The new material only takes 60 days to break down. To create this material, scientists used bamboo and bagasse, also known as sugarcane pulp. Bagasse is one of the largest food industry waste products. The researchers wound the fibers together to form a mechanically stable and biodegradable material. They added an alkyl ketene dimer, an eco-friendly chemical, to increase the oil and water resistance of the material. There's another advantage. The green material's manufacturing process emits 97% less carbon dioxide than the process to make commercial plastic containers. The next step is to lower the manufacturing cost. While the cost of cups made from the green material is $2,333 per ton, traditional cups made from plastic are still slightly cheaper at $2,177 per ton. Earthwise is a production of WAMC. Find us on Facebook and listen anytime at WAMCpodcasts.org.
Building relationships, supporting the community, and service. These are the things Country Financial stands for. More than just an office you pass by driving through town. Neighbors who lend a helping hand and support the fabric of our community. Contact your local Country Financial representative, Michelle Bauer, today. at 211 South Main in Lincoln. Call 217-735-9705 to talk about the things that are important to you and how we can help you protect them.
Benefits of quitting tobacco begin within 20 minutes. Within 24 hours, your chance of a heart attack decreases. Whether it is smoking, vaping, or chewing tobacco, we know it is hard to quit. Let Abraham Lincoln Memorial Hospital help. We are offering free one-on-one sessions with our on-site specialists to help you quit tobacco products. Yes, quitting tobacco can be a challenge, but it's one of the best things you can do for your health. Quitters always win, and you can too. Call 217-605-5111 for more information.
On Misericordia University Week, interactions with those we dislike or ignore could have important ramifications for the future. I'm Dr. Lynn Pasquarella, President of the Association of American Colleges and Universities. And today on the Academic Minute, Alicia Nordstrom, Professor of Psychology, details how one project is doing just that.
Why do we hate and fear people that we have never even met? Like the fans of a rival sports team, or the person walking towards you down the street. Our brains evaluate others so quickly that stereotypes cloud our judgment before we even realize it. As a psychology professor, I developed a class assignment called the Voices Project to reduce stereotypes and prejudice in my students by having them interview a person from a social group that they disliked and write a memoir about the life of their interviewee. My students were not thrilled about this, but they returned to class after their interviews and said, "I was just a regular person," which is exactly what we all are, just regular people. I worked with an interdisciplinary team of faculty, and we used these stories to create a staged reading program that was performed to the campus and community. These stories, written by first-year students, became a social justice mouthpiece for ignored, misunderstood, and stigmatized groups. I did this project again with a focus on physical disability, and most recently on mental health. Both times, the stories were filmed as documentaries and aired on our local PBS channel. The mental health version was also performed in New York City as part of the Broadway-bound Theater Festival. As a researcher, I collected data that showed that the Voices Project reduced racist attitudes in my students and reduced the stigma of mental health in the audience members who watched the shows. So, go talk to someone new, somebody you don't know, and maybe even that you don't like. One conversation can change your mind.
That was Alicia Nordstrom of Misericordia University. You can find this, other segments, and more information about the professors at academicminute.org.
Production support for the Academic Minute comes from AAC and you, advancing liberal learning and research for the public good.
Grau Chevrolet Buick in Lincoln is proud to be a sponsor this season of Lincoln College men's and women's basketball on 89X and on LCTV. Thanks to their generous support, you'll never miss a single broadcast this season as the Lynx compete in NAIA action. Grau Chevrolet Buick has served the Lincoln and surrounding area with new and used vehicles, along with a complete service department since 1953. Grau is open Monday through Friday between 8 and 7 and on Saturdays 8 to 3. Grau Chevrolet Buick in Lincoln at 1905 North Kickapoo.
Caribbean coral reefs under siege. I'm Randy Simon, and this is Earthwise, a look at our changing environment. Coral reefs around the world have been suffering from warming seas and increasing acidification, both the result of human activity. In the Caribbean, a new threat has emerged in the form of invasive algae. New research published in Scientific Reports explains how an aggressive crust-like alga is overgrowing shallow reefs and taking the place of coral that was damaged by powerful storms that exposed areas of the undersea rock where corals grew. Researchers from Oxford University, the Carnegie Institution, and California State University Northridge have been studying these peysanolid algal crusts, or PACs, for several years in the U.S. Virgin Islands. The PAC has been out-competing coral larvae for surface space and then growing over the existing reef architecture, greatly damaging delicate reef ecosystems. New corals actually prefer to settle on crusty surfaces created by a different type of algae called crustose algae, or CCA. CCA acts as guideposts for coral larvae by producing biochemical signals as part of a microbial community that entice baby coral to affix itself. In contrast, the destructive PAC algae exclude coral settlement. The researchers determined that the microbial community associated with PAC algae is deployed to deter grazing from fish and other marine creatures. Unfortunately, it also deters coral. Fragile coral ecosystems are already under assault by environmental pollution and global warming. Now, in the aftermath of powerful hurricanes like Irma and Maria, algal crusts are taking over reef communities and posing an existential threat to Caribbean corals. Earthwise is a production of WAMC. Find us on Facebook and listen anytime at WAMCpodcasts.org.
And welcome back to Milwaukee, where Lincoln College and Cardinal Stritch are tied at 32, just about to start the second half here. But Spencer, what do you see from that first half that you think were really a positive for the Lynx?
Oh, the Lynx are doing a great job of moving the ball. I mean, they have not 8 turnovers. They only have 6 turnovers, but they have 8 assists, which is 2 more than they had all of last game. So 8 assists in the first half. It's great. They can keep moving the ball. They're going to continue being successful.
Yeah, I think it really goes to say, I mean, we're sharing the ball so well. I think it's because of that platoon swap, really. I mean, we kind of have 2 units out there that are solid. I mean, we're kind of integrating guys here and there, but really it's just kind of 2 units. But, I mean, big man Tyler Clark only playing 4 minutes there in that first half.
Yeah, it's just he doesn't pose a great matchup against this more transition-based Wolves team. Tyler Clark is a very, very good traditional 5, but when it comes down to transition defense, sometimes he's not always there on the backside of it.
Yeah, he could definitely match the strength of Winters, but, I mean, we need him running up and down the floor with Winters, and he just can't do that. Start the second half is going to be an immediate turnover here for Cardinal Stritch, going to be picked up by Dijon Barney, who will bring it up himself. Going to hand it off to Freeman, over to Cohorst in the corner, back up to Fuller, down into Freeman in the corner. Freeman up top to Cohorst. Still that 1-2-2 zone is Cardinal Stritch. And Pee-wee Brown in the corner. Over to Fuller. Fuller dribbling the clock out pretty much. Down to 5 on the shot clock for the Lynx. Get into Barney. He's going to take a turnaround jumper. No good. Rebounded by Phil Marson. That's going to be tipped to transition. Going to be picked up by the Lynx and regained there by Dillon. Dillon gets doubled. He pivots right through it. Now over to Popovich. Popovich looking for Winters inside, and he throws it out of bounds. It's going to be another turnover here for Cardinal Stritch early.
Yeah, and a quick check-in here from Coach Lepp with substitution Donnelly and Fuller.
I think this gets some more. Coach Lepp definitely not happy with that first possession from the Lynx out of halftime. A lot of dribbling around and a lot of guys just standing there. So it's going to be Freeman now. Get handed off to Donnelly. Back up to Freeman. Freeman's going to set something up. They lob it into Cohorst. Cohorst dribbles around, going to find Pee-wee Brown on the wing, and good.
Good sign for the Lynx, drawing their first 3-pointer of the half.
That was a good find there from Cohorst, who was getting doubled. Ends up finding Pee-wee Brown for a wing 3-pointer. 35-32, Lynx reclaim the lead. It's going to be Isaac Hill now, guarded by Freeman. Hill trying to go to the basket. He's going to kick it over to Popovich. Popovich thought about the jumper, no good. He's going to hand it into Winters. And Winters loses it out of bounds once again. So it's going to be another turnover for Cardinal Stritch. Number 1, Lonnie Langston from Sacramento, California, checks in for the first time for Cardinal Stritch. Going to take the place of Popovich, who I believe is getting his first break of the ball game.
Yeah, Popovich played for pretty much the entire first half.
So it's going to be Freeman now setting things up. Still in that 1-2-2 zone is Cardinal Stritch. Freeman now trying to set things up. We're being real patient on the offensive end, trying to find the right play. Going to find it. Cohorst underneath it. He gets it to go.
Cohorst was just standing on the backside. No one had rotated down to him. He just cut across under the basket. Donnelly with a nice find.
A great find there from Donnelly for an easy bucket for Cohorst. Could be Winters on the pick and roll. Barney comes out for a block, and they're going to say goaltending is called. It's really, it was the ball was over the rim, or because it definitely did not hit the backboard before he hit it.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was still on its way up, but I guess not. It might have come down. Barney kind of grazed his hand on the rim, so they might have assumed. I don't know.
I thought it was a clean block there from Barney, but it's not. 37-34. Lynx ahead. Here is Freeman from the wing. Three-pointer in a push bomb. Make it 40-34.
Donnelly with a couple of nice assists to get the half started immediately upon his checking in.
That's what you want to see from that veteran leadership from Donnelly. So here is Langston trying to find Winters inside. Immediately doubled by Barney and Cohorst. They're going to say Cohorst fouls him on a cylinder call, so saying he doesn't have room to pivot.
Yeah,
it's a tough one there for Cohorst.
I thought Winters might have tried to hook around Cohorst, and Cohorst is entitled to defensive position as well.
Yeah, they're saying you need to give him some room on a double team like that. You can't really stand on top of them, I guess that's what they're saying. Cohorst is doing, so they give it into Langston. Langston guarded by Donnelly, and then swing it over to Tevin Dillon. Back over to Langston. Langston now up to Hill Marson. Nearly taken away by Pee-wee Brown. Back over to Hill. Hill's going to take a three. Yes.
Yeah, we talked about it at halftime was don't let Hill shoot a three. He's showing that he can knock down a three-pointer when he needs to.
And so 40-37 now. Lynx ahead by three. Pee-wee Brown going to hand it off to Freeman. He's going to set things up here for the Lynx. To Cohorst now. Over to Pee-wee Brown. Pee-wee Brown, no one near him. He just doesn't take the three. A lot of communication errors here for the Lynx. Going to hand it over and give it to Cohorst in the corner. Back up to Pee-wee Brown. 5 on the shot clock. Donnelly just going to take a three, and he gets it.
See, that's that kind of veteran shot right there. He knew the shot clock was winding down. He thought, hey, I might as well just catch this in rhythm. It might be deeper than I'm used to taking, but sometimes you just got to hit the rhythm shot.
It's going to be a timeout real quick here for Anthony Houston, so we're going to take a break as well. 43-37, Lynx on top right here on 89X.
Benefits of quitting tobacco begin within 20 minutes. Within 24 hours, your chance of a heart attack decreases. Whether it is smoking, vaping, or chewing tobacco, we know it is hard to quit. Let Abraham Lincoln Memorial Hospital help. We are offering free one-on-one sessions with our on-site specialists to help you quit tobacco products. Yes, quitting tobacco can be a challenge, but it's one of the best things you can do for your health. Quitters always win, and you can too. Call 217-605-5111 for more information.
And we're back here in Milwaukee. 43-37 is the score. Lynx on top. 16:08 left to play here in the game. Spencer, what do you see from the Lynx here to start the second half?
The three-point shooting is excellent. They're also doing a great job of moving the ball. Guys are catching the ball in rhythm. Sometimes the three-pointers aren't the best shot necessarily, but the way that they're passing the ball around, the ball's destined to go in.
Yeah, I think the Lynx, they've hit three-pointers to start this half, and they've pretty much all been from the same spot. They've been on that right wing. Cohorst found Pee-wee Brown, and then Donnelly has pushed a couple of guys in the same spot for the same jumper, and it goes in pretty much every time from that right wing.
Yeah, and I think Donnelly's provided a great spark off the bench here in the second half. He's gotten a couple of nice assists. He hit that big three. He's just doing a great job, and even on the defensive end, I think that goes unsung for a lot of guys. All of these Lynx guys are just playing their hearts out defensively.
Yeah, definitely competing. I have to say Cohorst has looked great in this game trying to guard Chris Winters. He's just doing a great job just bodying the big man down low.
Those guys are going to war. Like every possession, those guys are banging. They're going back and forth. It's a fun matchup. Lynx now in a zone defense of their own.
Yeah, we went into a 2-3 zone. Music's still playing here in Milwaukee. They finally cut it off, and it's going to be Hill. Has it now guarded by Pee-wee Brown. Going to give it over to Lonnie Langston. Langston looking for someone, and they give it into Winters inside. He just muscles it over Dijon Barney. Gets no miss too, and he tips it back in, but no good. The rebound there by Barney, and here is Donnelly in transition. Floater over Winters, no good. Rebounded there by Winters, and then up to Isaac Hill in transition. Dunks it in, one. What a play there from Isaac Hill running out in transition.
Oh, yeah, it was a great play, great outlet pass, and just rises up and throws it down.
Yeah, what a thunderous dunk there from Hill as well.
Lincoln College basketball on LCTV and WLNX is brought to you by Grau Chevrolet Buick in Lincoln. Since 1953, Grau has been a family-owned and operated business committed to Lincoln and Logan County. Grau offers new and pre-owned Chevrolet, Buick, and Cadillac vehicles. And they have a complete service department that will be there for you long after the sale. Grau Chevrolet Buick at 1905 North Kickapoo Street in Lincoln and at grauinc.com.
Free throw was good there from Isaac Hill. Blake Maris checks in for Donnelly at 43-40, 15-26 left to play here in the second half. Going to get it up to Cohorse in the corner. Cohorse going to give it up to Barney up top. Good screen from Barney. Barney rolling the basket, gets a lob, and he finishes it very uniquely. And just kind of floater after the lob there.
Yeah, Pee Wee Brown just pretty much threw it at Barney like, hey, put this up and in. Barney obliged, yeah.
So it's going to be Wolves coming back the other way. And hit Phil Marston trying to find Winters inside. Good defense from Cohorse. Going to give it off to Isaac Hill on the perimeter. Over to Hill. Marston from the corner. Yes, gets the three to go to cut it to 2 once again.
Phil Marston's a great three-point shooter. They just got to do a better job of closing out on him.
Freeman, tough shot, doesn't get it to go. It's going to be running the other direction are the Wolves, and they're going to say that ball last touch by the Wolves. And now Winters and DeAndre Freeman come up, John, and a little bit of pushing and shoving there. Likely going to be a double tech here for both teams.
So Langston and Freeman, I believe.
Yeah, and Winters was the one that came up. Definitely John with Freeman. I think they just kind of collided there in transition, and then Freeman had some words to say.
Yeah, they had a couple. They brushed up down here before the dunk, and then they were boxing each other out on the other end, and obviously Freeman being outsized is going to scrap a little bit more.
So it's going to be a double tech.
Lincoln College basketball on LCTV and WLNX is brought to you by Michelle Bauer, your Country Financial representative in Lincoln. Country Financial agents are members of their local communities, neighbors who lend a helping hand to local causes and community projects. And when it comes to solving the big challenges of tomorrow, you can start with simple steps today with personalized insurance and financial services that can have an impact on your family's future. Michelle Bauer, your Country Financial representative, is located at 211 South McLean Street in Lincoln or at 217-735-9705.
That's going to be Andre Williams coming back in for DeAndre Freeman. He just picked up the technical. And then Winters collides with Barney. And it's going to be a foul coming back the other direction. And Anthony Houston just heated after that last play. His team got a steal and drew a foul, and he's still very angry at his players there.
Yeah, I think that's just kind of a testament of you can always do something better.
Yeah.
When Coach Lepp, he gets into it even after a good play. And obviously, Coach Hopkins can also get into it.
So it's going to be first foul there on Maris, and then there's going to be a foul going against the Wolves. That's going to turn around right back to the Lynx. It's going to go on Ori Hilmerson out of Iceland. That's going to be a second foul. Second of the half here for the Wolves. We Cohorse up top. Gives it over to Andre Williams. Williams dishes it into Barney. Back up to Williams. Now over to Pee Wee Brown. Brown to the top of the key. Three. No good. And there's going to be a foul underneath the basket once again. That one's going to go on the Lynx.
Yeah, see, right there, Barney he used too much of that weight room and just kind of shoved Phil Marston out of his way. And sometimes you don't know your own strength until you see another guy go flying across the floor.
Now they're going to give that one actually to Cohorse, which I didn't really think was even near the play. That's going to be Cohorse's second foul. Fifth on the Lynx. And then another foul once again. Underneath their own basket, it's going to go against the offense once again. So it's going to be another change of direction here in this one.
Yeah, it seems like there's like sealing off, but they're calling it a moving screen. I think that they're holding the defenders, which in order to create separation, that happens, but a little too much, I guess.
The Lynx back to the other direction. Williams up to Pee Wee Brown, top of the key. Now over to Maris. Maris goes inside, kick it out to Cohorse. Now up to Pee Wee Brown. Brown going to take it himself. No good. Barney on the follow, no good. Real rebounded there by Phil Marston. Now to Isaac Hill in transition. He kicks it out to Langston, and Langston gets called for a travel. Donnelly comes back in for the Lynx, taking the place of Pee Wee Brown.
I think Andre Williams is such an interesting guy to watch. He gets the ball, and he's talking as if he's on defense most of the time. He's just directing traffic at all times.
Yeah, he's definitely a vocal guard. I think that's something we definitely needed coming off the bench. So it's going to be Donnelly here kicking up Coors. Now over to Andre Williams. Now over to Maris on the wing. Maris gets fouled on the jumper, so it's going to be 3 free throws here to try to extend this lead.
I'm not sure if Langston really expected Maris to shoot that 3 right in his face.
Yeah, Maris pretty much shooting that one from the parking lot as well. That's going to be 3 free throws now here for Blake Maris.
Lincoln College basketball on LCTV and WLNX is brought to you by your CBD store in Lincoln. CBD is found in industrial hemp plants and has been featured in news reports as offering many health benefits. Your CBD store, the largest hemp retailer in the U.S., is now celebrating its grand opening in Lincoln. They're located at 520 Broadway, just off the square. Your CBD store offers SunMed and Sunflora CBD products, including oils, edibles, topicals, and more. And they have staff on site to answer any questions. Your CBD store is open Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 6, and Sunday and Monday, 12 to 4. Now offering curbside service. Your CBD store, just off the square on Broadway, and also find them on Facebook.
Yeah, the first free throw was good there from Maris Hill. Marston had to come out of the game due to blood, so he went back to the trainer. So here is Maris. Second one off front of the rim. Left it short. Lynx holding on to a 3-point lead. 46-43, 12:55 left to play here in the second half. Maris will have one more from the line as he was shooting from a different time zone on the last one. Third one from Maris is good. 47-43. Lynx holding on to that lead as best as they can. So here is Lonnie Langston back the other way here for the Wolves. Trying to find a cutting Hill. Don't give it to him. It's going to be Harper taking a step-back jumper. No good. Rebounded there by Dijon Barney. Andre Williams coming back the other way. Kicking off to Barney. Now over to Donnelly. Donnelly now over to Maris. Maris for 3. No good. Hasn't been able to find that 3-point shot yet today.
Yeah, he's just, I don't know. It's not like he's out of rhythm. It just hasn't gone in.
Langston on the other end, no one going to stop the ball. He just goes soaring in for a layup. Good steal off there from Winters as well.
Nothing makes a coach more upset than open layups. Great backdoor cut by Andre.
Williams had an open look underneath the basket, decided to kick it out to Barney. Barney for 3 from the top of the key and gets it to go.
And that's just an aspect that Barney's really grown into here at Lincoln. He wasn't shooting a lot of threes at the beginning of the year, but now he's hit a couple of threes, I believe, today.
He's looking for them definitely more than he was at the start of the year. I think that's just showing how the confidence has been growing here for Dijon Barney. This will be Hill coming off the screen for the Wolves. Hill trying to take Andre Williams. Suffocating defense there from Williams. Harper now loses the ball. Going to be picked up by Maris. Donnelly now has it. So lob it up to Barney, and he doesn't get the slam to go, but it's going to be Donnelly there on the rebound and putback.
Yeah, Barney, I think, was just trying to hit it off the rim so that Donnelly could get the rebound and the points. A little padding of the stats. No,
the great pass there from Dijon. It's going to be a timeout on the play here for Anthony Houston. And we're going to take a break as well. This is Lincoln College basketball right here on 89X.
CBD, cannabidiol, a compound found in industrial hemp plants, has been featured in news reports as offering many health benefits. Your CBD store, the largest hemp retailer in the U.S., is now celebrating its grand opening in Lincoln. Your CBD store is located at 520 Broadway, just off the square. Your CBD store offers SunMed and Sunflora CBD products, including oils, edibles, topicals, and more. And they have staff on site to answer any questions. Your CBD store is open Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 6, and Sunday and Monday, 12 to 4. Now offering curbside service. Your CBD store, just off the square on Broadway. Also find them on Facebook.
Now is the time for change. Now is the time to learn with and from each other. Now is the time to take action. Join your neighbors for the United Way of Illinois Equity Challenge to gain a deeper understanding about the impact inequality has on our community. Because united, we can create a stronger community. We accepted the challenge. Will you? Text 21-WEEK to 41444 to learn more.
Back here in Milwaukee after that full timeout, 52-45 is our score. Lynx holding on to the lead, and Spencer, moving the ball pretty well, but really just running in transition has been the key to this game.
Yeah, they're doing a great job of finding the open guy in transition and in their set offense. And really, you have to commend them on the defensive end. They've done a great job.
It's going to be Hill now, back up to Popovich. He briefly checked back in. Popovich from Bosnia. He's definitely been a main ball handler here for Cardinal Stritch. Going to give it off to Hill. Hill now guarded by Andre Williams. Going to go one-on-one. Hill step back. No good. Rebounded there by Barney. Going to kick it up to Andre Williams in transition. Back up to Donnelly. Now over to Williams. Williams in the corner. Now to Cohorse to the top of the key. Cohorse for three. Gets it to go for the big man.
That's that unselfish play there. Merritt's a great three-point shooter. He recognized that Cohorse had a better opportunity and drilled it.
And you see this explosion from the bench as well. Cohorse hits his first three at the Lynx. Seemed like the lid was on the basket for Cohorse. He finally gets one to go.
Yeah, he wasn't. There have been a couple of three-pointers that weren't extremely close, but seeing that one splash is a great sign.
Yeah, he definitely can shoot it. Just glad to see one finally go in for Nick Cohorse. Hill Marston, he's going to be double teamed. He's going to give it up to Winters. Winters, short corner jumper is good for the big man. Good to see he can stretch it out just a little bit.
Yeah, you don't see that shot a lot, that short corner jump shot, but that was clean.
That's going to be Donnelly getting the ball over to down to Cohorse, the top of the key, now to Andre Williams. Williams goes in the lane. A lot of contact, no foul. Winters going straight up and getting the steal.
Winters did a great job of establishing verticality and the fact that he was set where he was. Wasn't moving anywhere. It was a good no call.
Williams now guarding Popovich. Now over to Hill Marston in the corner. Yes, good for Hill Marston.
Coach Lepp is looking like a third base coach over there, swinging his arms to go.
Was wanting the Lynx to just run. Even after a made shot, here's Donnelly now to respond for three, and he does get it to go.
Donnelly's just unconscious right now. He's just playing out of his mind.
Yeah, he's playing such a good game. 58-50 now, 9:30 left to play here in this game. It's going to be Popovich now, guarded by Maris. Over now to Hill. Hill trying to go floater baseline, no good. Going to be picked up there by Barney. Barney looking to run in transition now.
Lynx have a little bit of a 5-on-3 break. Hot hand Donnelly.
Another three. Make it 61-50. Donnelly going on a little run of his own. That's 6-0 Elijah Donnelly run against Cardinal Stritch.
Donnelly's one of those guys that typically has those sneaky 16-point games. Lynx are just...
Yeah, that Maris forces the timeout to be taken there from Stefan Popovich. Like you said, looking like a whole new team out here, Spencer.
Oh, the Lynx have some swagger. We haven't seen that really. Bethel, they had a little bit of swag. This one is just, they're flaunting it. They're all with it.
Yeah, so it's going to be a timeout on the play. It's going to be a full timeout. We're going to stay right here, though. Spencer, what have you seen from this Lynx team that has just been so much different as maybe we saw them in the first half?
They look like a team. We've seen this last 6 games. They come together and then they kind of drift apart. This entire game has been the most complete they've looked. The Bethel game was great. They finished with a win. This is the best Lynx team I have seen so far.
Yeah, I think it definitely goes, in the hand in hand with how fast we're trying to play. I mean, we're barely letting, 10, 15 seconds go off the shot clock, and we're just trying to fire on all cylinders, and especially when you got a hot hand at Donnelly right now. You got to feed the hot hand.
Oh, for sure. You got to keep letting him shoot. If he's going to he's got to have a heat check here. I mean, really see how hot he is. But on the defensive end, the Lynx need to continue running Hill-Marston off the line because that guy is their Vinnie Johnson, the microwave. He starts hitting threes, everyone feels better.
Yeah, he's been hitting pretty much every corner three he's taken. He definitely has been unconscious from three. It's going to be Donnelly going to be guarding Hill-Marston after the timeout. Maybe you face guard Hill-Marston a little bit. Just don't let him touch it.
Yeah, and Donnelly guarding Hill-Marston is definitely a great matchup.
Popovich now over to Hill. Hill trying to go in the middle of the lane, tightly guarded by Andre Williams. Now over to Hill once again. Hill trying to go step back on Cohorse. Cohorse with a good defense. And then it's going to be a travel on Popovich who gets the ball. And I mean, you could probably hear them through the headset, but the Lynx bench going absolutely insane after everything this team is doing.
Yeah, well, nothing gets a bench and a coach more fired up than a great defensive stand, and the Lynx just keep doing it, and it's hard not to feed off of this energy.
There's me, Andre Williams now getting the screen from Cohorse. Williams now pull-up jumper, no good. Rebounded by Tevin Dillon.
Here they are, aggressive on defense. Okay.
Almost comes up with another steal, like you said, but it's going to be a foul on the play instead there for Blake Harris.
Yeah, I mean, I like the aggressiveness, and I like him trying to go for that steal, but at the same time, you got to be careful about that.
I mean, do you agree with the call, Spencer? You think it was a well-warranted foul?
I'm not entirely sure. It was a weird angle. The ball kind of blocked. I would assume he probably got some arm.
And so Milosevic comes back in for the Wolves. It's going to be double big lineup here for Cardinal Stritch. We go over to Hill in the corner. Hill trying to go all around the court. Give it to Popovich now. Popovich, lefty stroke from top of the key. No good. It's going to be tipped up and in the air. Controlled there by Andre Williams. Good hustle rebound there for Williams.
Yeah, Andre Williams, he's always hustling.
Williams going to give it out to Donnelly. Donnelly going to get a screen from Cohorse. Donnelly could have taken the step back jumper and instead over to Barney for three. No good. Going to be rebounded by Hill Marson. That's Popovich now over to Hill. Hill going to get a screen over to Hill Marson. Going to give it into Winters in the short corner. And in and out there for Milosevic. And eventually going to be corralled there by Donnelly up to Williams now. Link's going to slow the pace down just a little bit.
Yeah, there's a difference between being able to run in transition and being good at it and just getting too frantic and making mistakes. And I like Coach Lepp telling Andre Williams to slow things down.
Yeah, Barney was pretty open there for the three, just didn't take it. But it's going to be a foul on the steal from Barney. That's very minimal contact in my opinion, but it's just
he's got
a foul.
Yeah, he needs to set his feet there and let the defender run into him before he goes to spin the steal there. If he's sealed before when the guy's still trying to get to his man, it's usually a foul.
That's going to be Tyler Clark and the Cat coming in for the Lynx. And Fuller as well.
A little bit of miscommunication there. Not sure who's coming in and out.
So taking a seat will be Cohorse, Barney, and Donnelly. Fuller coming back in. He hasn't played much here in the second half. The Winters now guarded by Clark. Clark can really sag off him if he wants. Going into the lane was Popovich. Trying to draw the charge was Andre Williams.
Yeah, I like that. He tried to step up. He made the shot a little bit difficult. Obviously, sending a guy to the line is not the ideal strategy, but, you know, it is what it is.
There'll be a foul on Andre Williams. That's his second. And it's going to be the first free throw there. Good from Popovich. Barney comes back in for Tyler Clark. One more at the line for Stephen Popovich.
Popovich got kind of an interesting stance there. It's almost like he's 45 degrees. Yeah. The free throw line. It works, I guess.
So Barney will have it now. Top the key to the Lynx. Handing off to Cohorse. Cohorse looking to give it up. Gives it over to Pacack. Now over to Andre Williams, who gives it into Barney. Barney now back up to Maris. Maris goes around the defense. And they're going to call an offensive foul on the shot on Maris for flaring his legs out. And I don't know about that one, Spencer. He definitely did, but it's just that's how Maris draws contact.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's a mid-range jump shot. The guy is moving and trying to slow down. I don't know.
It's going to be the third foul on Maris, so he definitely has to be
careful. And the 9th foul on the team.
Yep.
Compared to the Wolves' 3.
Yeah. So Popovich has it now guarded by Fuller. Now to Milosevic inside on Barney. No good. He rebounded there by Pacack. Williams has it now. Going to hand it off to Maris. Maris thought about the three. Decided to back it out. Going to hand it over to Pacack. Now we're to Barney in the corner. Miscommunication there. It's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Barney.
That's the stuff that makes Coach just want to pull his hair out. There's little miscommunications there, like especially towards the end of the game, really in crunch time. 6 minutes left. Lynx need to take care of the ball here.
Yeah, Freeman and Pee-wee Brown come back in here for the Lynx, taking the place of Pacack and Andre Williams. Donnelly will come in as well for Blake Maris. 61-52. 6 minutes left to play here in the game.
I think this is an excellent lineup for the Lynx right now with Brown, Freeman, Fuller, Donnelly, and Barney, especially without Winters out there.
Yeah.
Barney is a great matchup against Bilcevic.
We kind of go all around as Kevin Dillon. He gets that one to rattle home. So, and Cardinal Stritch is still in this game. They're just, slowly clawing their way back in it. 61-54 now. That's going to be Lynx going back the other direction, and now Cardinal Stritch, their bet, getting into the game a little bit. Freeman now to Donnelly in the corner. Donnelly back up to Fuller. Fuller on the inside, going to go to the basket, and he's going to get a foul called. It'll be a blocking foul on Isaac Hill.
That was a great take by Fuller there. He just put his head down and went to the basket. You got to have that every once in a while. It makes that three-point kick out a lot more effective.
And Fuller usually taking that mid-range jumper. I like the decision to just attack the basket, trying to go to the line.
Kind of change up the scouting report, like the next team playing the Lynx, they can't be like, he always settles for that mid-range. They're like, he can drive in on you too.
Yeah, so the first one here from Fuller is up and good. 62-54, Lynx holding on to that lead. We'll have one more here from Fuller. A little communication here for the refs. Fuller, second one is good. A little bit of pressure here from Pee Wee Brown on the inbounds, trying to guard the freshman Stefan Popovich. He's going to give him some full court pressure now. They know that Popovich definitely left-handed, wants to favor that left. He drives right, pulls up with the left, and he gets it to go.
Sometimes those off-handed, like on the wrong side of the basket with their natural-handedness, sometimes those shots are just more effective.
That's going to be Fuller getting in here on the wing. Going to get a double screen off of Pee Wee Brown. Over to Fuller now. Fuller from the corner for three. Yes, gets it to go. Making a 10-point lead once again for the Lynx, 66-56.
Great play there by Pee Wee Brown to drive and just kick it out to an open Fuller. Calm and collected and knocked him down.
And we ran that play pretty much every time. It's going to be like Fuller handing it off and then just relocating to the corner. It's going to be Popovich now over to Hill Marston in the corner for three. No good. One-handed rebound there from the point guard, DeAndre Freeman.
Freeman does a great job of rebounding, especially for a guy that isn't super physically imposing. He's just always around the ball.
And he's always in the right spot at the right time. Really great positioning. It's going to be Freeman now getting it in the corner. Freeman just going to take a pull-up jumper. No good. Rebounded there by Hill Marston. Hill Marston handed it off to Popovich now. Popovich will get it across half court. Guarded by Pee Wee Brown. Brown looking to force him right. And hand it off to Hill Marston now. Over to Milosevic. Back up to Hill Marston.
Milosevic really had to back off there because I would assume Fuller's ability to draw charges. He kind of didn't really finish that drive.
It's going to be Hill in the corner. Going to have to take a tough shot over Freeman. He's not going to get it to go, but it's going to be Milosevic getting the easy putback off of the offensive rebound.
Yeah, he just got better position than Barney right there. Got the rebound. Got it to go.
So it's going to be Pee Wee Brown now. Going to hand it off to Freeman. Freeman going to set things up here for the Lynx. Going to try to go one-on-one. They're going to hand it off to Barney. Barney now over to Donnelly. Donnelly over to Fuller in the corner. Fuller pull-up jumper, no good. Rebounded there by Pee Wee Brown. Going to try to find Barney, and he does, and Barney gets the easy layup to go. Good ball movement from the Lynx once again.
That was an excellent pass there by Pee Wee Brown. He kind of got trapped, but saw it cutting Barney out of the corner of his eye. A little bounce pass to Barney for the finish.
And Barney definitely open there for a dunk, but it's going to be just an easy finish for him. On the other end, they're trying to dribble it into a timeout, but Pee Wee Brown ends up hitting it out of bounds, so it's going to retain the Cardinal Stritch basketball, but they are going to take a timeout. It's going to be a 30. We're going to stay right here.
Yeah, the Lynx have just been doing a great job for these last four or 5 minutes. They've just been making the correct play. They're not making any sort of flashes and a dunk or a huge three, but they're just doing a great job of making the correct play.
Yeah, they're definitely sharing the ball better than I've really seen them share the ball. I mean, I could see the beginning of the St. Francis game, we saw the Lynx play like this, but other than that, I mean, we've been a very stagnant offense the last couple games, maybe other than Bethel as well, but this Lynx team looks better and better every time they play.
Yeah, this is a lot less of an iso ball sort of team and is much more of a let's move the ball, share the ball kind of team right now.
Yeah, it's definitely a different look to this Lynx team, and I really like how they're playing. Sharing the ball beautifully, and on the defensive end, really getting after it.
And we always talk about how the Lynx are incapable of being blown out or blowing a team out. So this is another case. They're up 10, and they're just playing really well, but still looking for that pull-away play, really. Foul called there on Barney.
Yeah, off the inbounds, it's going to be Hill just taking the basket, and he gets fouled. It's going to be on Barney. That's his third.
It's not obviously the best position to be in for Barney with 3 fouls with about 2:45 left, but it's certainly not the worst.
No, definitely really nothing to worry about. Maybe if he picks up that fourth here in the next couple seconds, but other than that, it's going to be Hill at the line for 2. First one does fall. And then Cohorse checks back in after that last possession as well. Cohorse just playing amazing minutes for the Lynx in this ballgame.
Yeah, he's got one of those sneaky stat lines today. I'm sure we'll look at the stat line. It's not going to be anything eye-popping, but he's been going to war. Now the press being put on by the Wolves.
Yeah, Lynx break it. It's going to be Barney off to Donnelly, now off to Freeman. Freeman going to pass it over to Pee Wee Brown. Brown now just looking to waste some clock here, under 10 on the shot clock. Pee Wee Brown now over to Freeman. Freeman, pull-up jumper, good. Rebounded there by Milosevic. Popovich running the other direction in transition. Going to kick it over to Hill in the corner side, about 3. He's going to take a mid-range jumper instead. No good. It's going to be rebounded there by Winters, and it's going to be a foul on the play. Good play by Donnelly to run Hill off the three-point line. Kind of got him out of his rhythm. But Winters going to the line now for 2 free throws. Foul goes on Cohorse. That's his third. So both big men with 3 fouls here with about 2 minutes left to play in the ball game. 68-60. Lynx holding on to the lead. First one from Winters rattles in. It's going to be Tevin Dillon coming back in to Milosevic. But Jensen yelling for Milosevic to get off the floor as he was just kind of talking to Coach. He's still on the floor, so Dillon couldn't come in the ball game. Second one here from Winters is good. Cut it 6 once again. I mean, they're hanging in this ball game. It's going to be tough to try to close these guys out. It's going to Lynx breaking the press here with Freeman and Pee Wee Brown. He gives it back over to Pee Wee Brown. Brown just calling for an ISO.
Really trying to burn the clock here.
Yeah, we're waiting pretty much till under 10.
Great find.
Yeah, great find there for Pee Wee Brown, finding DeAndre Freeman under the basket, and it's going to be an easy finish there from Freeman. And 70-62 now, 1:41 left to play in the ballgame. Coach Lepp takes a timeout. We're going to stay right here. Spencer, what do we need to do here to close out this ballgame with a win?
Really, it's going to come down to free throws, and that's what it always seems to come down to at these Lynx. It's a close game. They just got to knock down their free throws when the time comes, because the Wolves are going to do everything they can to stay in this game, and fouling is the best way to do that.
Yeah, and haven't really shot that many free throws in the ballgame. We took 0 in the first half, and only 5 for Cardinal Stritch, but in the second half, maybe we've taken 2 or 3 free throws.
Maris has had 3.
Yeah,
it's not that
2 for Connor Fuller. That's about it. And like I said, they've been really disciplined on fouling, but the fouls right now 10-4 favoring Cardinal Stritch. So definitely, I don't want to say home floor advantage here for Cardinal Stritch, but definitely fouls are a little lopsided.
Yeah, but I mean that can prove to be a disadvantage late in the game, because now you have 3 fouls to get in the bonus, which can burn a lot of clock. This guy's being able to inbound the ball.
Yeah, Hill goes around Barney there for the fancy finish. Got 6 once again, 70-64. He's going to be getting across half court here with Freeman. Freeman going to dribble some clock out here. It's going to be Freeman one-on-one with Isaac Hill. About near the half court line. It's going to be 10 seconds left to play on the shot clock, so we're going to have to get up a shot here. 4 seconds left, and it's going to be coughed up there by DeAndre Freeman. Over to Hill. Barney comes away with a huge block, and Barney gets the huge block, that chase down that we were looking for in this ball game, claimed by Pee Wee Brown. And it's going to be a foul on Hill on the other end.
Dejan Barney just stuffed a dunk.
Yeah, he blocks Hill going up for a dunk, like you said. What a huge play from Dejan. I mean, that is the most clutch block that you can have at this point in the game. That would have been a huge play for Cardinal Stritch that would have got them very motivated, but instead it got our guys back in the ballgame.
That was like a Bam Adebayo and Jason Tatum type block right there. It really keeps the Lynx momentum right there. You're talking about the foul advantage for the Wolves right now. They've tried to give out 2 quick fouls, try to preserve some of this time, but the Lynx will be in the bonus after the next foul.
And Fuller comes in for Cohorst for some free throw shooting. And they're going to try to double Donnelly, and Donnelly gets fouled. So Donnelly will go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1 free throws.
Donnelly's a very consistent and steady player today.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the better games he's played, especially shooting from the three-point line. He's definitely really
locked in.
Yeah, he's like a new player shooting from that three-point line. It's definitely working for him. They fed the hot hand in that second half plenty of time. 1-and-1 free throws for Donnelly. Does make the first one, so he will have another.
No one really moved after that 1-and-1. I was kind of wondering why no one did.
I think they thought it was two shots, but no, it's only the 1-and-1. The Lynx. Second one from Donnelly is also good. Lynx going to fall into a little bit of 1-2-2 press. Trying to just waste some clock to get it over to Hill. And Hill back over to Popovich. Popovich nearly a backcourt violation, but he does regain possession. And it's going to be an offensive foul on Chris Winters on the moving screen. What a huge swing there for the Lynx.
Yeah, that's big. And Andre Williams is fired up over there on the bench. You love to see it. Guys getting into it.
And so Fuller will check back in for Cohorst. We're going to do a little offense for defense here. So we're going to give it into Donnelly. Donnelly going to get fouled right away. Donnelly go back to the line for a 1-and-1. And do you think it's Donnelly that we're just going to have to keep going here? 2 steps here late in this ball game. He's definitely on the hot hand.
Yeah, I mean, those first 2 free throws he just shot, they look smooth. And it helps having hit those, 3 3-pointers earlier on. Just seeing your shot go through is really beneficial to your sort of psyche.
So Donnelly be at the line for a 1-and-1. Cohorst checks back in for Fuller. Donnelly first free throw is good. Barney and Cohorst not even trying to rebound, not even getting underneath in the free throw positions. They're immediately getting back on defense.
Yeah, you don't want to foul in this situation, especially because it sends the Wolves to the line for 2 shots.
Second one from Donnelly goes all the way around the rim and in. Make it a 10-point game once again, 74-64. 30 seconds now left to play in the game. So it's going to be Stefan Popovich now guarded by Pee-wee Brown. And Hilmarson takes a deep 3 and gets it to go. What a shot right there from Hilmarson.
The dude can shoot.
Yeah, the dude has been unconscious so far. Looking like the women's Cardinal Stritch team. Just knocking down pretty much every 3 he's taken. He's got to have probably at least 5 threes, you'd say.
I would say. I think he's only missed a couple that I can remember, but just really excellent 3-point shooting from both teams today. They're shooting with confidence, they're shooting with rhythm, and really it comes down to passing of the basketball. Stritch is making threes when they're moving the ball around effectively.
That Hilmarson was 1 of 2 in the first half from 3, but that's got to be at least his 3rd 3 in the second half. He's hit that big shot every time they need him to. It's just come to the time, Spencer, I mean, you don't want Hilmarson taking the shot, but, I mean, what do we do to stop him?
I mean, really, you just kind of have to let him shoot. I mean, obviously you don't want to just let him shoot, but I would say face guard, we mentioned it earlier. Make sure that if there is a screen, make it look a little bit worse than it is. Maybe try to sell a foul or something, a little salesmanship. But really, just offensively, keep making free throws. If you can make free throws, you'll close these Wolves out. And being up 74-67 with 23 seconds left, that's a hard thing to overcome if you're the losing team right now.
Yeah, I mean, definitely it's in play, definitely, to come back in the ball game. Say Hilmarson hits another 3 after a missed free throw. I mean, that's huge. It's a huge swing. It makes it only a 4-point ball game, but we need to lock in here, get the ball to a free throw shooter, and just close this one out. And give it into Freeman. Freeman going to get fouled immediately. 22.3 to be left on the clock, as Freeman's going to go to the line for 2 shots now. We're in the double bonus.
Freeman's had more of a quiet game today. He hasn't been scoring as much as we've seen him in the season earlier, but he's done a great job of moving the basketball, playing great defense, and obviously adding a couple free throws to his resume today would be excellent.
And he's definitely been more of a defensive presence in this ball game. He definitely got in that little scrum with Winters, and that made him go to the bench for quite a while. He does knock down the first free throw, but hasn't played as big a minutes in this ball game as he usually does. That's probably because Andre Williams is back as well, so another point guard for us. Here is Freeman at the line for another free throw. It does make it 76-67 now. 22 seconds left to play in the ball game. That's going to be Popovich now. Popovich trying to get Hill off the screen. That's good defense from the Lynx.
Burning a lot of clock.
That's a great defensive play there from the Lynx. Popovich drives in the lane. That's going to be stripped by Pee-wee Brown. And Popovich loses it out of bounds. That's going to be the last touch from Popovich. So it's going to be Lynx basketball, 10.9 seconds left. That's going to be inbounded to Fuller. Fuller fouled immediately, but really they kind of a lot of clock came off there when Fuller touched that ball.
Yeah, I mean, really, I was thinking more about the fact that there were about 12 seconds that ran off on the Wolves' last offensive possession. Like, obviously, won a good shot, but when you're down 9 points, you have to put up a shot quick.
Yeah, and at least probably 2-3 seconds went off when they passed it into Fuller, and they kind of went into just a trap defense, and they should be fouling immediately. Fuller knocks down the first free throw to make it 10. 10-point lead here for the Lynx once again, 77-67. Second one from Fuller now, up and in. The Lynx, some clutch free throw shooting as of late. Knocked down 6 of 6 free throws to close this game out. Going to be the last second attempt here for Popovich. He does get it to fall. So it's 69-78. They're going to inbound it here to Donnelly. Donnelly going to secure the basket, and that's going to be a huge Lynx win, 78-69. Spencer, what did you see in this game that we can really take in for the next game for positives?
When the Lynx move the basketball, they are dangerous. They hit threes, they're energetic, and really just this whole platoon thing that Coach Lepp has started to do, I like it. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, it definitely is a different lineup. I wonder how it's going to work against other teams, because as we know, Cardinal Stritch, they're still trying to get in that win column, but I think that just the 2 units that we had played really well, and unfortunately, Taylor Clark not able to play that many minutes today.
Yeah, it wasn't the perfect matchup for him, but obviously having that kind of depth and having the sort of other options to use, that's super beneficial, and it shows just how dangerous this Lynx team can be.
Definitely going to be dangerous going into any other basketball game that we play. Our next broadcast of Lincoln College basketball will be on Saturday, January 16th, when the Lynx men's and women's team takes on Trinity International University. Our broadcast will air on WLNX, and that broadcast time is at 1 o'clock for the women's game and 3 o'clock for the men's game. On behalf of the entire crew and my broadcast partner, Spencer Davis, this is Adam Hoffman thanking you for joining us. Have a great evening.
The beginning of a new chapter in Lincoln College basketball.
Romine puts it up and in, and it's good! Lynx win! Lynx win! Lynx win! Lynx just won the AII Conference Championship on a buzzer beater.
Lincoln College NAIA basketball action on 89X is brought to you by Grouse Chevrolet Buick in Lincoln, your CBD store on Broadway just off the square in Lincoln, the State Bank of Lincoln, now a division of Heartland Bank and Trust Company, the Abraham Lincoln Memorial Hospital Community Health Collaborative, the United Way of Logan County, and by Michelle Bauer, your country financial representative in Lincoln.